Zuri, talk us through it again. Did you cheat on him?
The fuck? Please, I beg. Personally, I feel like Shola is blowing this entire thing out of proportion.
Okay, I remember when I was talking about Shola and Zuri problem in the last review of episode 3 to 6. I remember vividly that I was saying something around the lines of, I don't think it's so much of a deal. I don't think they're gonna break up. It might want to seek like a break from her, or it might cause like an hiccup in their relationship and whatnot. Oh my god, who was I fooling? Who was I deceiving? You guys, I cannot be over dramatic if I say that Shola is making a big deal out of nothing. Well, not nothing, but like, not like you caught this lady cheating on you. Okay, yeah, she lied or she's sneaky behind your back, which could have been very offensive to you and make you start to doubt what both of you share. Not even what both of you share, but what she's starting to do at the moment, right? I'm just like breaking up. And, we saw how Zuri constantly went back to him, tried to get back to him, tried to send him messages, tried to reach out to him, Tammy's event and whatnot. I'm just like, Shola, like, can you just, I don't know. I don't, somebody help me here. Do you think Shola's reaction, the magnitude at which he's reacting to the whole situation, do you think it's justified? I'm not saying Zuri is entirely right. She's not, because I said it in my last review, like, girl, why are you sneaking around? Why are you moving funny? Why are you making this guy start to doubt you and say you're acting funny? Like, what was all that? Like, if you're still hanging out with these people, do it with your chest. It is your job. You need to make a living. Like Lara said, if tables were turned, I don't think Shola would want Zuri to tell him to cut off ties with his business investors because the person is his ex's father, or the person is his ex's husband, or because the person is his ex. If tables were turned, I don't think Shola would want Zuri to make such huge demand from him. And at the same time, him not wanting her to hang out with Shani and the Sunnies and whatnot, it's quite understandable, but I just feel like breaking things off that way, guy, like it's not feelings. I get that feelings are still there, but I just feel like relationship isn't something you switch on and off when it's convenient or not. I just want to put that out there. But look at me starting the video with Zuri and Shola's old drama. In case you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to the channel. I love that she keep on coming back, but please leave a comment. Let me see a comment, even if it's just dots. Leave a comment. But yeah, I love having you on here. And in case you're just hearing my voice in my channel, welcome. I really do hope you stay. I am Ronkesuyi. I review movies, talk about web series, TV shows, and reality TV shows that I think might interest you. So yeah, I'm open to recommendations as well. So make sure to leave them down in the comments. And if you're currently watching The Smart Money Woman, of course you are, because you're listening to this review, then let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Yeah, and if I miss out on anything, let me know as well. So should we just go back to the Zuri and Shola drama and wrap it up and then move on to other characters? Who else gave Adesewa the side eye when she was saying all those things to Zuri, like, oh, you betrayed him? As in, Lara was so on point. Lara was standing on business all through this episode, and I couldn't help but applaud her. Adesewa is that friend that they like to be very, I don't know how to put it, but like, they just like to be politically correct. Like, I'm with you, but I'm also like with the other person. Like, girl, pick a side. And it feels like Tammy was at the middle of the whole situation. Like, she's still trying to make Zuri understand the fact that, okay, you might have said things or you might have done things to really trigger him for him to make such a decision. And Lara is like, girl, bye. Boy, bye. We are not going back to this. Like, that's bullshit.
Please, we don't do that here. Yeah, we do. She has to beg him. Because she was wrong. If not, why would she be going behind his back and spending time with him?
Please, I beg. Yes, she shouldn't have hidden it from him, but he shouldn't have put her in that situation in the first place.
Yeah, I say all of this to say that I love the good balance within the group. I love that one person is hot, level-headed, one person is soft-headed, one person is hot-headed, and one person is just a crybaby. That's the type of way saying her in that state, considering the fact that I didn't expect it to get to that point. Breaking up, if he had asked for a break, I would have understood, but breaking the entire thing up. And even after all the obuaha, we saw how it was so convenient for Seni to drop out of the contract, saying they were no longer interested in the deal when, Zuri put a call across to him asking why he was running late. And I'm just like that. Like, imagine the person that has made you lost out on your relationship and has given you so much, pressure and so much sleepless nights over a deal, and the person is running out of the deal just like that because she said you like to keep things professional and I feel like what Zuri should have done was what she did after Shola broke up with her. Like, she should have made it clear to him at the beginning that I want things to be strictly professional. I have a boyfriend and I don't think he will find this appealing. He would not find this funny. He would not entertain you trying to be seductive or flirtatious with me. So let's keep it strictly business. So from there, if you had the color he showed now by, pulling out of the deal, he would have done that at the beginning, and I think, but because she made him feel like the Lord and Savior of her life, of her career, like, boy, if you don't do this for me, I am done for. I am totally written off. That was why he took advantage of it and he basked in it, really. So yeah, I just feel like she should have done that conversation if she had with Seni. She should have done that at the beginning. And instead, that there's some ladies that find themselves in Zuri type of situation. Like, most time it's until when something force them to make certain decisions that they should have made at the beginning, that's when they start to do it. Like, she should have done that at the beginning. But but still, Shola is overreacting. That's all I know. But we also saw that he pulled out of the contract one way or another. She was able to get a meeting with the father, and the father liked her idea and is back on board. And the way the father talked down on Seni right in front of, Zuri. But honestly, let's talk about that scene. It was quite interesting to see that Seni didn't see that it was Zuri that was seated right in front of the father when he used the stairs. Like, see Zuri's face right on the staircase, like on the stairs. So I was quite taken aback that he didn't see that it was Zuri that was seated in front of the father until he got to where Zuri was and then looked at her face. I'm like, oh wow, that's very interesting. Could there be something wrong with his eyesight? But yeah, it was that was quite interesting. Also, I found another thing interesting: the part where Zuri got into trouble with her landlord because she rented out her apartment to a guy that threw like a silent party and attracted a lot of people to the compound, like the landlord and Zuri herself, and then resulted to them getting arrested, going to the police station, and Shola being called upon, and Shola pulling all the strings he has in order to get Zuri out of prison. And when the person that Shola called came, and the person was like, oh, release her, release them, and the landlord was like, the landlord has been making mouth, he has been confident, he knows his right, I'm sure he has been thinking of a way to make Zuri's life a living hell. But the man came through for them and told them to release Zuri and the other people. Yeah, I get that happens a lot in this country, but I was just like, it's so unfair to the landlord. Like, let's get that the landlord was saying a lot of things, was being rude, unnecessarily rude, was saying a lot of things. I mean, but that's his property. If a fire had happened, Zuri must have had to pay for the cost, but still, that doesn't take away from the fact that his source of livelihood would have been short-lived or would have been altered for a while, if you get what I mean. So follow me, my thought process, yeah? I get that even if something happened to the property, Zuri would have had to pay, yes. I'm not sure if she would have been able to pay for she should have been able to pay all of the value of the property that has been burnt if that had happened. But still, like, it doesn't take away from the fact that his source of livelihood would have been altered some way. So I felt it was so unfair the way they just dismissed the case like that. Like, Zuri was out, the people were out, and even when the landlord was like, oh, do you mean they are leaving or something like that, and the policewoman answered like, it's like, you want to sleep in the cell, why would you lock him up? Excuse you, why would you lock him up? This man is on his right. This person rented out his apartment without his knowledge. The person she rented it out kept the property at risk, and now he's trying to arrest the both of them, and you're letting them go. And because he's asking why you're letting them go, you're asking him if he wants to sleep behind bars. I don't know if that's how things work normally, or if that was just terrible writing on the part of the writer. But that place just rubbed me off completely. That place rubbed me off the wrong way completely. I didn't like it. It was so distasteful. I was like, that's so unfair to the landlord. And I'm like, anybody can find themselves in that situation. Just because you know somebody and you know somebody that knows somebody, they just take away your right from you, and then when you try to ask questions, they just tell you to keep quiet or you'll be punished. Yeah, I think I'm raving about this scene too much, but let's move away from that. But yeah, we saw that she used the opportunity to strike a deal with the landlord that, okay, I will continue to shortlet your apartment and you get 60, you get 40, I get 60 because you're pretty much doing nothing but just getting money. We saw that Zuri, even though she tried to approach Tsola at Tammy's event, Tsola was still maintaining his business and saying it is over. Like, I'm just like, the way you're strong in your face, the way you're going about this thing, somebody would think she cheated. Like, I get that cheating comes in different shapes and forms, but I just feel like there should be a middle ground for the both of them to meet. There should be a middle ground, honestly. There should be. But we saw that when Zuri saw that all hope has been lost concerning the relationship, she finally put a call across to her mom, and that really left the mother devastated. I'm sure she'll be thinking that, is it because I did not do what Prophetess Golden said I should do, or was it because we delayed? But yeah, that's just for another day. Still on Zuri and Shola, we saw that Zuri, Shola eventually found out that Dimeji has been the one behind the old dragging and the shaming online with regards to his business. I'm sure that they got into a fight and all that. It was really messy, but I'm glad that he has now seen the light, because the other time he was discussing business and his next move with Dimeji, and I'm just like, look at this man dining with the devil. Hey, Osanoboa. But yeah, I'm glad that the truth is out. I'm moving away from those two. Speaking of Tammy, oh Lord have mercy. Is Bobby okay? Because I'm really livid that I went from raving about Bobby so much in the last episode and speaking about how we got to see a side to him that we haven't seen before. To him, he's still the same typical Bobby Sha. I don't know why. Maybe I expected so much from him. But yeah, like, explain it to me. How do you go from telling a lady you like her and almost sharing a kiss with her, to going around to sleep with, hang around the same night. Yes, the same night with another woman. Oh, okay, yeah, we get that she's pushing herself on you. She's basically the one approaching you and all of those things, yeah. And then when you're leaving hers, you ask for a friend's number or her account number in order to appreciate her beauty. In the space of how many hours? Like, I don't know. Someone might be listening and be like, hey girl, you're over dramatic about this because Bobby has always been Bobby. But yeah, I get it. But we saw that at the beginning of episode 7, someone sent a video to Tammy, or Tammy saw it online, or someone's story of the hangouts that was going on between Jamie, Sabrina, Chinasa, and this guy Bobby and his friend. And we saw how Sabrina and Bobby were very much close in the video, and it rubbed Tammy definitely the wrong way. We saw that reaction from her, but considering how she reacted to that video, I was expecting that video or everything surrounding that video and Tammy and Bobby to be like a big issue later on in the episode. But funny enough, it was not addressed, it was not brought up. Maybe later on, maybe because Tammy has been busy with her craft, maybe later on it's come up in like a conversation when both of them get together alone. But I really wish we get something like that, because I'm like, how do you tell somebody you like her? Yes, he hasn't asked her to be his girlfriend, but like, you can't tell me you like me and be misbehaving with other girls around. Like, it doesn't even make sense. And I told you that it might cause a beef between Sabrina and Tammy. And just like I predicted, we saw Sabrina acting really funny and childish towards Tammy during her event, saying she's no longer going to go on live if she doesn't pay her balance. And they agreed via contract, a legal binding, that she was going to get a balance when the event is over. But because of the old Tammy ex Bobby thing in the mix, I guess that was what made her act very feisty and bitter, and and she was trying to cause drama or create a drama at the scene and ruin Tammy's event. And I'm still saying this to say, like, I was talking about how the whole thing about with Sabrina and Bobby seems really understanding, like it's just casual, no deep feelings, no deep emotions involved. We're just enjoying each other's company and whatnot and keeping it going. But we can see that Sabrina is catching feelings, or she might not be catching feelings, but she's just being spiteful that Bobby is eyeing Tammy as well or something. Because what was all those drama with her balance and whatnot? Like, there wasn't already an agreement. Like I said, I was expecting Tammy to bring it up, but when Bobby approached her, she was like, oh, I didn't think you were gonna come. And I'm just like, oh, please, these two people. I just started shipping the both of you. Don't get me angry, don't even get me upset, don't let me jump off this bus anytime soon, because both of you are beginning to irritate me. But yeah, moving away from that, we saw that Tammy had a successful event. She was able to showcase her pieces, and her father was so proud of her when she got on TV and his friends were calling. I'm just like, Daddy, is that you raving about your daughter? Like, could that be you? Dad? But yeah, we saw how proud the father was, gave her flowers, even promised to invest more in her business. And I'm like, okay, go Daddy, love it for her. Really looking forward to Tammy's business and the future of it. I don't think her father would try to push any job down her throat anymore, but we'll see how that goes. Jamie said my mind when she told Sabrina and Chinasa that they both of them want to put her into trouble, telling Sabrina that you're sleeping and hanging out with my cousin's boyfriend, even though I'll correct that. I don't think they're dating already, so Tammy or Bobby is not Tammy's boyfriend, yeah. But yeah, she's like, oh, you're hanging out with my cousin's boyfriend, and you, Chinasa, yeah, basically dating my cousin's best friend's husband. And I was like, somebody eventually said it, because I thought about it in the last episode. Everyone else was watching it, that look at these two friends, like they put their friend in the middle. One is dealing with the best friend's husband, another one is dealing with the best friend's, another one is dealing with the cousin's boyfriend or boyfriend to be or something, or toaster or whatnot. But it was really funny that she said that, and I really agreed with her. From that, we saw that Adesewa is still pushing the whole divorce thing, and it's still on, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to get the divorce done and over with. And it was very funny to hear the lawyer say, oh, are you sure you don't want to sit on it? And I sit on waiting. Mama, we are so ready. We are ready. Like, I didn't think I'll be rooting for someone to get a divorce like this, but like, there's nothing to sit on, there's nothing to sleep on, there's nothing to ponder on. We are so done. We are so we are ready, so ready. And I liked that, Adisha was that whatever it takes for her to win custody of a child and also win the divorce case, she's willing to do it. And I really cannot wait for her to, let loose from this man. But I hope they don't throw us a story of, Shola and Soji and Adisha getting back together. I rebuke it in the name of the Lord. But yeah, we saw that our assistant Olivia, despite the advice that Adesha gave her in the last episode, she still went ahead with the business of investing her money and getting like returns in multiple folds. Adesha walked in right in time before she got disgraced, and Adesha paid her death. And we saw Adesha, still encouraging her. And they did like some ad placement there, talking about Banke and how you can put your money there and how you can get interest and all of those things. I really thought that was nicely done. Like the ad placement or product placement. I think it was nicely done in that scene. That scene with Adesewa in the office having a meeting with these women, and they said something. I don't know how they got to the conversation of, oh, she cannot relate with her husband. She cannot relate about the gist of her husband, something. They were trying to mock her basically because she's trying to get a divorce, because they know that herself and her husband are separated. And I'm just like, in 2024, like, people are still doing this. You guys need to get a life. This series was shot in 2022, but like, still, like, you women need to get a life. And I liked how, the assistant, the lady, I think she's an intern or something, on crop top. We're going to come back to your crop top later, says, but she ate without response. Like, that's so shameful. Trying to shame your fellow woman because she has issues in her marriage, it doesn't really make sense. These are things that you really have little to no control on. Like, doesn't make sense that you're trying to shame her about this. But yeah, moving away from that, let's talk about Adisha's anger towards Lara. It is so justified. I understand it 100%. This is a woman who has had to contend for her husband to be faithful to her, to be loyal to her, to keep her, to protect her, to pamper her, to care for her and her child, because he's frolicking around with other women outside. He has side chick. He's probably putting his money into their lives other than his own. And Lara is hanging out with a married man. Deji is a married man. The 10 million naira guy is a married man. Imagine what 10 million naira would do for his wife if he had given that 10 million naira to his wife. Let's forget about the fact that Lara was in need and all whatnot. Let's be logical here. Let's just say facts. Like, imagine if he had given his wife the 10 million naira. Imagine what she would have done with that money. We don't know his wife. I don't think there's a character around, the figure of his wife, but whatever. I'm just saying that Adisha is basically in the shoes of the wife. Like, so hanging out with a married man, you're going to lunch with him, even though we know that Lara doesn't want anything to do with this man at the long run. She doesn't intend to date him. She doesn't intend to sleep with him. Maybe she's just hanging around with him for his money and for, business basically. But I don't think Adisha is seeing it from that angle. Whatever it's, or however Lara wants to explain it to her, it doesn't still change the fact that she's entertaining the gestures of a married man. So I really get her anger towards her friend Lara and Deji. We saw that there wasn't really much to their character. We saw that they went on a date, even though Deji thought it was like a romantic date, but to Lara it was a business date, and she pitched to him some business ideas that might benefit the both of them at the long run, and also help her keep her business, also help her keep her job. So yeah, that was basically it for the both of them. I don't think there was anything extraordinary with Lara and Deji's character in the 2 episodes that we saw this week. But we saw that, Deji kept pushing, but girl is standing on business. She's standing on her 10 toes. She's maintaining her stance, and she's not fidgeting. But yeah, let's talk about Chinasa and Soji for a second. It feels like Soji, Chinasa she's getting tired. She's getting frustrated. And it was this episode I found out that Baba doesn't even have a car. Like, girl is complaining that you drove the car out the last time and now has developed some issues, and you can't even explain what happened. You're not even concerned. You're not sorry. You're not apologetic. You just threw the whole thing aside. It's taking time, but very soon, with time and time, Chinasa is going to break up with Soji. It's coming. I can feel it's coming. And we saw that even with the old court serving that Soji got, he doesn't feel phased. He doesn't feel concerned. And maybe he doesn't understand the gravity of the divorce yet. But at the same time, this is a guy that doesn't want any responsibility. So I don't think he'll be concerned that he will not be getting custody of the child, or he will not have a wife or a child to come back to anymore. I don't think the guy cares, or maybe it hasn't just dawned on him just yet, but whatever, man. Out to Ochuko and Demi. I thought Ochuko was the one that initiated this whole idea of an open relationship, and we saw how it was so easy for him to talk about it in I think episode 2 or episode 1. So I am episode 1. So I am quite surprised that Baba is angry. He's livid that Demi is locking lips with another man. She's hanging out with another man, and she's operating as people operate in an open relationship, and Baba is taking it to us. I'm like, bro, don't you understand the meaning of open relationship, or the meaning of open relationship applies to just you? Please get a chair and sit, because you're beginning to piss me off. Don't forget that Chinasa and Soji went on a date, and it was Soji, and it was Chinasa, mind you. It was Chinasa that paid for the dates. When I saw that scene, when we got introduced to that scene, and we saw about it on a date, an environment that seemed expensive, I was like, Soji has money to take Chinasa on a date. So I was not surprised when Chinasa ended up paying for the date. Like, the guy was not even a shit. Please, I don't want to get all riled up this afternoon. Let's just keep it moving. So that, the secret of Dimeji and Banke's sexual relation got out in the public. Everybody's aware. And even Shola is more annoyed at Zuri for not bringing it to his knowledge, even after she found the both of them. And I'm just like, Shola, which one do you want to be angry about? Do you want to be angry about the fact that she kept entertaining a business partner that she shouldn't have, or the fact that she did not tell you that your best friend's wife is cheating with your friend? Like, bro, pick a struggle. Those suffocate this woman. We saw that the husband threw Banke's things out of the house, and I liked that he threw her things out. Like, he packed up her things and put them by the door. Not that he packed up his own things to leave, because I mean, we have children. I worked to build this house. I worked to get this house. Like, I always find it quite interesting when the person who is hurting packs up their things and leave. But yeah, I like that it was the man that kicked her out, not like he left her to be in that house. Yeah, I just thought to mention that. Banke doesn't seem to care. She didn't seem to care that her husband has kicked her out. The marriage was just a thing of convenience. She went in with so much expectations that were not met by her husband. And I feel like the husband is even doing her a favor by letting her go. But she's saying she's not going to back off without a fight. So I'm looking forward to what or the strings Banke might possibly pull in coming episodes. What am I missing out on? These 2 episodes weren't so great. Yeah, and I'm not even in the best of moods right now, if you can tell. But let me know what your thoughts are concerning the episodes. Let me know what I missed out on. What are your highlights? What would be my highlights from this episode? I think it would be the beginning of the episode where the ladies were going back and forth. One person was adding fire, one person was adding brimstone, one person was trying to cool the whole thing down. Yeah, that would be it for me. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Like I already said in the comment section, please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're yet to subscribe. And I'll love to see you in my next video. Until then, when I see you and when you see me, make sure to remain happy because you owe it to yourself.